Today I wanted to share a historic deck that I've been having a lot of fun with. Originally started as a historic brawl slash commander deck that I made with Gonti. So basically, I'll go over this real quick. In the early turns, we have some cheap cards like Mind Stone, Solemn Simulacrum to give you some ramp and card draw. Depending on your opponent, you might use something like Callous Blood Mage to create some chump blockers with the pests. Phyrexian Arena for card draw. If you have any better suggestions for early game card draw in black, I'd like to hear it. I know 3 mana for a delayed draw trigger might not be the best, but it is pretty useful, especially for hitting lands, getting that extra draw. Now, the reason that I'm splashing red in here is because the payoff in this game is having a lot of enter the battlefield triggered abilities from these big boys like Masker Worm, Noxious Gearhulk, so that we are kind of recycling value from our graveyard. Thrill of Possibility helps us dump some of these more expensive creatures into our graveyard early game, and then we can bring them back later with cards like Blood for Bones and Blood on the Snow, and even our Liliana here with her -3 ability. So it's a lot of enter the battlefield abilities to both control our opponent's board with things like Demon's Disciple, steal some value with Gonti, look at the top 4 cards, choose one, you can pay for it later using any kind of mana. That can be very fun to get a little peek at your opponent's deck, play with some of their cards, maybe get some ramp in the early game on turn 3 or turn 4. Gray Merchant is sometimes a win con if you can bounce him back and forth and just get that life gain and just siphon life from your opponent. And a couple board clears and life gain. A couple special cards in this deck that really put it all together as far as enter the battlefield abilities. Panharmonicon basically adds an extra trigger whenever something enters the battlefield. So if you have 1 or 2 of these, ideally, on the board, something like Solemn Simulacrum grabs you 2 lands. Masker Worm deals 4 or takes... It does -4/-4 to all your opponent's creatures. Gearhulk can just snipe 2 big bodies. Like I said before, Gray Merchant, that could be a game ender. You just even if he's the only thing on the field, dropping him in and getting -2 or taking 2 life, gaining 2 life twice. That's 4. Could be the last little push you need. A couple of utility lands, Cabal Stronghold for the ramp. Buried Ruin can help us later get back a Mind Stone if we want that card draw again. It can also, if there's any artifact hate, grab us another Panharmonicon. Helm of the Host is here just to kind of facilitate more of our ETBs, like especially with Gonti. And Blood for Bones is just a sack outlet that allows us to replay cards from the graveyard. We're using snow lands over here because we have Blood on the Snow to help us again grab things from our graveyard after we wipe the board. Mizzix's Mastery just to possibly play another Blood on the Snow without the snow ability to grab another creature. So 4 mana for board clear. That can be nice. Bajuka Bog, if you really want to exile your opponent's graveyard, depending on what kind of playstyle they are. It enters tapped, but occasionally it is very useful. One of the big win cons in here is Torment of Hailfire, because if you do make it to the mid to late game and you have Cabal Stronghold with a lot of mana on the field, a lot of swamps, and your opponent isn't playing counter spells, then that could either A, help you clear the board, or B, just outright win the game. Very fun card, only one of them in here, because there are other win cons, like I mentioned, like Gray Merchant, and occasionally you might find a win con with Gonti. So yeah, that's about it for now. Let's see how it plays out. Thanks for watching. Alright, so right now on the historic ladder, I'm at platinum. I'm somewhere on platinum. And how's this hand? So the thing I like about this hand is I do have 2 lands to ramp into Mindstone, but I don't have double black for Phyrexian Arena. I'll go ahead and take it, even though I'm not going to be using Torment of Hailfire. I like the 2 lands, and maybe this Bajuka Bog could be useful. We'll see what our opponent is playing. So, let's see, Swamp and Cats. Right, okay, so we've got mono white, and it is nice to have our Massacre Worm. However, we are still a long way away from casting it. Here's hoping we get another Swamp. Yeah. Oh, no attacks. Well, I'll drop the Bog. Really what I'm hoping for is another Swamp so I can play Phyrexian Arena. Oh boy. And there's some kind of break. Because I need to clear this board as fast as possible. If I can clear the board in the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 turns, maybe. Yeah, there's my Massacre Girl. So I have 4 mana. If I get another Swamp, yeah, that would clear the board. Oh, 1 more Swamp. Just perfect. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Drop a Massacre Girl. There we go. Oh my god, look, so satisfying. Alright, let's see if they can rebuild. Oh, there's another board clear, that's nice. Let's see. No lands. If we, let's do this. Black, black. I would really like another land. I'm gonna risk it. Punish. Ouch. Well, 1 card in there. What could it possibly be? Okay. No attacks. Interesting. Unbelievable. Okay. So we can... Ah, well, we have 2 blows. How about that? Well, let's see. Yeah, okay, whatever. Maybe this is a bad move because it gives them the life gain, but we could have just as easily gotten through. And of course we don't get Massacre Girl back because she cost 5 and we were only able to pay 4. So, okay, here we go. So Heliod's not going to be able to come out for a while. So maybe now's the time to play. Let's take a look. take a look at their library. Aha. I'm not too worried about their play. So one reason why Gonti is great is because you can take away a win con, but also you can find a card that will help you, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use his Soul Warden to kind of get me a little bit more life, especially since Phyrexian Arena is pinging me everything. So if he does rebuild, that helps me, and it doesn't matter anyways because I have an extra blood on the snow, and that's it. That's it. Oh, perfect example of how this deck works. I've checked on Arena Pro some of my recent games with this, and it seems like on average the games last about 13 to 15 minutes. So I don't know really what that says. Obviously this isn't a very aggro deck, but occasionally you can shut down an enemy early and there's not much they can do. So they just scoop. So having this Demon's Disciple in our opening hand is great, especially now with someone who's playing very slow, because it's no problem to pay 3 to just clear the board. And I try to keep in mind, you know, you are paying 3 for spot removal. Yeah, sure, go ahead. You're paying 3 for spot removal, but you know, which is similar to murder. However, murder doesn't get around. Oh, that's nice. What do we want to do? It looks like, well, they're playing creatures. Why not? Let's drop a lantern. And just be really annoying. That's what's great about playing black, mono black, is just sometimes the way that you can control the board, the way you discard, sacrifice things, it can be so. And a veto. So this is great because we have Blood for Bones, which, you know, if he doesn't play another creature, oh, perfect. So yeah, this is great. So he's not going to play another creature, so that means if we Blood for Bones, we get another Demon's Disciple. He loses his veto, and or I could Gonti. Let me go ahead, try and get him for 2. Perfect. Sack Gary. Bring back Disciple. Put Gary into my hand. Oh. And you know what? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, thank you, sir. So what do we have? Drop this, opponent loses 3. Oh, sorry. Fuck. Yeah, I think I meant to click on Gary. No problem. Let's see what they got. What are they even doing here? What would they tutor for? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's currently no sideboard for this. Sure. Why not? Exile its graveyard. That's fine. Totally fine. Okay. Did they top deck? Oh man, this is just perfect. Perfect. Obviously, games don't usually go this way. This deck is really good against slow, maybe opponents who are ramping, opponents who are trying to put together a combo. That's fine for us because it just allows us to fill our graveyard or ramp or get the cards that we need through card draw, and we really do well with that. But hopefully we can find a more aggressive deck and just see how this deck holds up. All right, this looks fine. There's 2 swamps for Phyrexian Arena if we hit it. Mind Stone, that's great. Sure, we'll keep. I know people would normally recommend holding Blood Crypt to kind of conceal some information. So see, this is good. Mono white could be an issue. Although, if we can find one of our board clears... Oh, he is really hoping for some life gain, isn't he? So, now what I can do... I could drop Callous Blood Mage and get our Pest to set up as chump blockers. Right, so I can drop a Mind Stone for the ramp. Callous Blood Mage. Give me a Pest. In other scenarios, you might drop a Panharmonicon there if you wanted to multiply the value of your Callous Blood Mage on the next turn. But I think we need to be weary of our opponent's Serra Ascendant and their protection here. So, sure. You gonna attack? No. So a Massacre Girl could be great. Gonti. Let's see. Yeah, why not? I think we want to see what's going on in the opponent's library. Uh-huh. How about that? So now we can block Righteous Valkyrie. That's another good thing about this deck is you can win without attacking. So if someone has a Revenge of Ravens or just some win con that requires a lot of combat tricks, we don't care because we have our graveyard to play with. That's fine. Okay, so Demon's Disciple. We could attack with everything. See what they block with. Then drop the Demon's Disciple. Or we drop a Panharmonicon. And then what? They'll probably attack with these two guys. If I attack with everything, he's definitely blocking with these. Probably don't block with these. I'm going to drop the Panharmonicon just on the off chance that we grab a Massacre Worm. And that counts as another board clear. Because, that would be lovely. a Massacre. What we're really hoping for is a Massacre Worm or a Massacre Girl. That would be great. So we're probably going to take 5 in the air from Righteous Valkyrie and what is this? Resplendent Angel. Yeah, just fill up that board. That's what we like. So that all we need is a board clear. Come on. All we need. We know what we need. Come on, deck. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to sack the Mind Stone because we might not have the mana for a Massacre Worm if that's what we draw. So what's our clock? They have, what does this do? Just creates a, so they have 1, 2, 3 flyers for a combined 6. They could hit us 1, 2, 3 more turns, assuming that they don't. Okay. Not great. But it's ramping. And now, so we're just going to get a bunch of swamps. Now we can use the Mind Stone, because we have plenty of lands. And not quite what we're hoping for, but we are a step closer to maybe hitting our Massacre Girl or a Massacre Worm. Come on. That's all we need. Massacre Worm would be preferable because it's a one-sided board clear. That's not great. Now we're hoping for Massacre Girl. Okay, so definitely want her gone. That's fine. Interesting. Oh, you're killing me. Okay, so what we can do. How much does this cost? 3? No, not quite. So what we can do is we can drop the Demon's Disciple, sack the Simulation, and the Demon's Disciple. Oh, I forgot we have a Panharmonicon. So that's kind of nice. 2 sacks for the opponent. Now that I think about it, maybe we should have attacked first. Put him in the graveyard. And then do it again. Oh, no. What? Sack Gonti. Grab another Demon's Disciple. And put Gonti into the hand. Yeah. So they'll sacrifice their 1/1s. And 7 in the air. So what can we find? A land. Not exactly perfect. So here we need a board clear. We need a blood on the snow. We need a blood on the snow from the top. And not quite. We could Callous Blood Mage for the card draw. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that's our only chance. Come on. Blood on the snow. Right here, right? That's all we need. Good game, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. What can I say? Oh, they have no idea how lucky. Not a clue how lucky they are. Alright, let's do one more. One more of these guys. So, there are some limitations to this deck, partially because the limitations of Arena. So, I don't know exactly what all sets they have for Historic, but a card like Viscera Seer, which is a 1-mana sack outlet, is something that I like to have in my Brawl and Historic deck. There are a couple other enchantments that facilitate card draw and life gain that they just don't have on Arena, as far as I know. So what is our opponent playing? One big misplay I make a lot is when I have an opponent that plays Elf deck. Sometimes I get a little greedy and I let them build up a presence on the battlefield because I know that they're just one turn away. Let's go for the call. Because we need to keep ramping. We need more lands. Yeah, sometimes well, let's let our opponent take their time. Okay, maybe they're missing lands. Yeah, sometimes with a deck like goblins or elves, you get a little greedy and you decide that you're gonna give them an extra turn because you want them to build up the board. So when you clear the board, they have oh, we need a lane. That'd be nice. There we go. See, always lucky. But sometimes it's better to just clear the board. So with 4 mana, we can ramp with Solemn. And what does this do again when it dies? Because he has to sacrifice a land to do that. Oh. Yeah. Very fun. Well, that might be it. That might be the game. You know, yeah, all these big expensive cards, it would have been nice to draw a Thrill of Possibility. Faceless leading would be good in this deck. I think that's legal now in Historic, but let's find a land. Please give us a land. That's all we need. It's a land for Blood on the Snow. Come on. Just one. That'll work. Perfect. Maybe I should have gone for the red because... Oh, well, never punch. So this comes in tapped. Swamp. Swamp. No attacks. Okay, the game's turning around now. Our opponent has a full hand, but unless they have haste, because Garrett gives them trample. Yeah? That's fine. That's fine. It looks like we might be lucking out because of our opponent's ability or inability to miss lanes. So yeah, go ahead. Get rid of that graveyard. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, how about this? Oh, beautiful. So our lantern here just is annoying to them, and we have a Cabal Stronghold to take advantage of its untap thing. Opponent says good game. Wow, I thought I was going to lose that one, to be quite honest. And this is great because we have Mizzix's Mastery, just in case we need that Blood on the Snow. Let's send one. So, to close out this, who cares? It's fine. That's fun. But no real payoff there. So, okay, whatever. Let's just have fun. I don't think this.
Ooh, I love what they've done with the place.
Sure.
Oh, look what I found.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is very annoying to our opponent, I'm sure. They might use Elder Gargaroth when they attack. I mean, they gotta attack with him, right? What else would they do? Maybe go for the life gain when they attack. I'm going to say no attacks. Like I said, you don't have to attack when you play with this deck. Yeah, they're still searching. They're really hoping to find something. Yeah, sure. So I'll block with my robots and the zombie, because if we draw a Gary, then it's over. Not just two, Liliana 2. Let's get. We'll find it. Come on, look. And then now we'll loot. Sure, okay. Not in here.
Another minion never hurts.
All right. Normally this wouldn't be. I mean, I feel like this is a very boring example of what this deck can do, because I'm just using Turgid to annoy the opponent to death. They might just scoop because they don't want to sit through all this. But I could sack the zombie, and get a Massacre Worm. So let's untap. Lose 3 life. Come on. Oh, I have 2. So, yeah. So what I actually... Oh, this is fun. I'll do this. And sure, put Solomon to my hand. And I'll just make some pests. Perfect. Drop the Solomon. Doesn't really. I think this is it. This is the game. And so then I sack the Solomon. Draw a card. Bring out Demon's Disciple, Solomon to the hand. Yeah, that's it. What is this? Oh, well, it might not be the game, because I attack with Noxious Gear Hulk, they go down to 1. It's fine. I'll be fine. What could go wrong? The opponent might just scoop. Right? Yeah. One left left. What are they gonna do? Because now, if they play a creature, I can get Massacre Worm back. Well, that wouldn't really work, would it? Liliana could help me find a Gary. I also have my Mind Stone for the card draw. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Cipher? Sorry, buddy. But this is a great example of what this deck can do. I'm gonna go ahead and get cocky and end the video now and say, I hope you enjoyed, hope you liked this deck. I would love to hear your recommendations on how to make it a little bit more efficient. What would you take out? What would you put in? What do you think about me splashing red? I think you can see how Mizzix's Mastery could be useful for an emergency 4-mana board clear. Yeah. Yep. I guess that's game. Yeah, because he would have to put at least 2 creatures in to block Gearhulk, and then these 2 still slide through, so he'd have to put 4 creatures down? If he doesn't scoop. I might see if we can go off and do some goofy stuff on our turn. But if that's game, then that's fine. Let's give him a little kiss. There we go. Yeah, I guess one thing to remember, if you do play Phyrexian Arena, don't forget he's there, because if you're not using any life gain, then it could very well end the game for you. If you have 2 on the battlefield and you get pinged 2 on each of your upkeeps, that could be very hurtful. Yeah, Seifer's not happy. Seifer's not happy. But I understand why, Seifer. I totally get it. You didn't hit those lands. I know what that feels like, and I do appreciate you. Okay. Alright. That's game. That's game. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any, where is it? Helm of the Host action on the board. Obviously, that's a much later game, for you to be able to pay 5 to equip it. Occasionally that becomes easier to do when you have a bunch of swamps and you do have your Cabal Stronghold. Sometimes Gonti's ability helps you get there early by, where is he? Helps you get there early by giving you some of your opponent's ramp, which can be useful. I think this is about as tight as I can get it for now, without spending any more wild cards. Again, if you have any suggestions, I'm happy to hear them. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.